It was a fucking miscarriage of fucking justice. That's what happened. An absolute fucking miscarriage of justice. I'm so angry right now. I'm about to yank my fucking dough off the hinges. Daniel Penny is George Zimmerman. He got on that train that day looking to kill somebody, looking to attack a minority. That's what happened when Daniel Penny got on that subway that day. He had no business riding the train. He didn't even have to go anywhere. He had no business being there. He was just looking for some action. Similar to George Zimmerman on that tragic, terrible night when young Trayvon Martin was on the way home from school and he decided, oh, this kid going to his dad's house looks like he's about to commit a break-in, but he lives here. And he did not listen to the police. And as we all know, George Zimmerman did not listen to the police dispatch that told him, do not go approach him, do not follow him, stay in your car. Trayvon was whooping his ass too. I'ma say it. Trayvon was defending himself. The neighborhood watched George Zimmerman. And it's a damn shame that George Zimmerman, along with Daniel Penny, are both still walking around. And the Whole Foods is not on fire. You know, this is very overwhelming. It's not okay. Systemic racism. If you let Daniel Penny out, he will kill again. He will attack another minority. And he will do it again. He's a racist. I can see the racism in his eyes. See, people with me, they can see in my eyes that there is no racism. You know why? Because Russian, German, and Native people did not participate in the slave trade. That's why. None of my lineages participated in that shit. Oh, some of my ancestors was white slaves back in Yugoslavia in the Slavic regions. But the Germans, Russians, and natives did not sell black people. It's a real thing. It never happened. None of my ancestors ever sold or bought a black person. And that's kind of a rare thing in America. It's kind of a rare thing in America. In fact, it's the only thing with me because I come from a long line of immigrants. Immigrants. Yeah, I wonder what Daniel Penny would think about people like that, too. People like my father who came to this country with $1.15 between his whole family from the former Soviet Union. People like my homie Luis, who came up here from Ecuador, was working with the cartel, got out the game, stopped pushing weight, and now owns a yacht. Daniel Penny's the type of person to see one of my black friends in their brand new BMW that they just paid for cash and assume that it's stolen. He's not a good person. That kid was doing nothing wrong. That black child, that beautiful black child was doing nothing wrong. I feel so sorry for the parents. He seemed like he was a good kid. He was just having a problem that day. He dealt with problems. Listen, I'm not going to use the term mental illness, all right? He dealt with problems, okay? We all deal with problems of various different natures, okay? Some much more serious. It's common sense that if you choke someone for 10 minutes, they're going to die. The only time when I had a near-death experience and I actually started seeing death take place, meaning I went unconscious, everything was just a big blackout for what seemed like about 5 to 10 minutes, though it was probably actually 3 or 4. Then I came to, but everything was third and first person at the same time. Meaning I can look down at my body, see my body in first person, but I'm looking from something at the top of the ceiling in first person. Not even come to, I'm still unconscious. And I'm watching my body as Me looking first person as what I assume is my soul is floating upwards, and the ceiling is a giant light box like that. It literally looked like if I went into the light, like I was gonna step out the simulation like in the Matrix. The knee on the neck needs to be banned forever. Almost killed me. It almost, the only time I started seeing death take place where I've had a lot of near-death experiences. I've had a lot of walked my way out of shit and had bad run-ins. I had a lot of, damn, I almost had to ask God for an instant replay right there. What's good, Jesus? And the only time where I started seeing what I'm pretty sure is the process of dying was when the police almost killed me like George Floyd and tried to lie on the stand about it, but his partner held him accountable. Until this guy, I'll sign up to be one of the black vigilantes.
Everybody else has vigilantes. We need some black vigilantes.
That's right.
Why does his body language remind me of Hitler?
People want to jump up and choke us.
Now, as YouTube's court jester, but I'd like to make clear that if I see a Daniel Penny attacking a Trayvon Martin, I know that's not the situation that happened. I'm forgetting the young man's name who died. But if I see a situation like that going on, I will be a black vigilante and stand up to a Daniel Penny. This is like when they call Solid Snake to get him out of retirement. And the fact that Daniel Penny and no one like a Daniel Penny or anybody to do racially motivated murder and get away with it. They talk about Sam Hyde can't keep getting away with it. Sam Hyde has done nothing compared to what Daniel Penny just did and got away with, and he will do it again. Situation that happened, I'm forgetting the young man's name who died. Justice for him though. This Daniel Penny thing really pissed me off, really set a fire up in me. You know, his ancestors definitely owned slaves. Penny sounds like the name of a family that would own slaves, doesn't it? I literally popped a blood vessel in my eyeball because this has me so frustrated when they didn't burn down the Whole Foods. Daniel Penny is a white supremacist, domestic terrorist. The NYPD is a white supremacist, domestic terrorist. The court system in New York is a white supremacist, domestic terrorist. The DA is a white supremacist, domestic terrorist. Whole Foods. Double R. For real, man, double R. You gotta throw that shit on. You need to be like, hey, GTO. Not the regular shit, bro. It's the Hurricane STO. Free Max B. Free Max B for the ghetto. I represent the ghettos across the world. You heard, E? I represent the ghettos across the world, man.
Yeah, shit.
Yeah, I represent saying this shit loud as fuck when you're walking around the street. Yeah, man, saying this shit loud as fuck so them white people see you.
Hell
Yeah, saying that shit loud as fuck so them white people see, yeah.
The white people,
Yeah.
what they know about it.
Yeah, I pull up at the, on the way to liquor store.
Respect.
Go to the liquor store.
They seen us.
Yeah, no, when they see us, you know what I'm saying?
Boys, hey, you
Yeah,
heard?
when they see us, you heard? Yeah, when they see us.
Danger, destruction together.
Yeah, man, that's what I'm saying. They know it's gonna be a destructive device.
Oh, God.
Yeah. Loud and ignorant. Just be loud and ignorant. Just be loud and ignorant, huh? No, that's why I be chilling with you, E, man.
Funniest part is, that's my biological mom.
Like, if I ain't know your mom was white, I wouldn't think your mom was white.
Would you think I was like Dominican if you never saw me before? Like, hey, should be real. Like,
I mean, it would depend. I would have to hear you talk. Because with Dominicans, they're always gonna start speaking Spanish at some point. Like, Dominicans talk like me, kind of, in a way. Like, when they speak English. They have, like, a similar accent.
Yeah,
sort of.
something like that for New York people say.
Nah, but like that's what I was saying. Like, if I didn't know that your mom was white, I wouldn't think she was white.
You think I sound like I'm from New York?
You got like one of them accents where it's like a bunch of it's almost like New York, parts of Connecticut. It's like a New York, Hartford accent, just random Northeast accent combined. Like it's hard to pin it. A lot of people up here have those types of accents.
Yeah, because I'll be
Like I have that type of accent where my accent comes
you know
from
why,
multiple
you're right.
different places.
It comes from the household. My grandmother's Italian, that's why I sound this way, and my grandfather's from Massachusetts.
That's the
north.
same thing
like
with
you
me.
said, Mass, Connecticut. That's why I got.
Like I got the southern voice because I was born in Texas and I spent time growing up in North Carolina, and also because Michigan, a lot of people sort of have like a southern, like the Midwest accent and southern accent is kind of similar. So that's just sort of accented that. But then if you notice at the same time, there's a part of me that sounds kind of like New York, and that's because my dad. That's because, you know, like the real technical voice that's still like this voice, but it's like the real technical voice when I'm trying to use big $10 words and shit. Not that voice, but like that mannerisms and shit came from my dad. That's why, you know, it's like my whole way of talking is really like a combination of like 80-90% South Midwest, and then like 5-10% Waterbury, Hartford, and New York. You know what I'm saying? Like my accent, a combination of those 5 accents. You know?
Oh, yeah.
I walk around and this bitch came up to me, bro. She asked me for a cigarette. I gave her a cigarette, and when I started talking, she was like she's like, I love your accent. That's what mad bitches be doing. Every time they hear me talk for the first time, they be like, I love your accent. Where are you from? I can't turn that shit off. Like, you got that's really gonna sit on the YouTube, bro. And this is when I lost my mind, bro. Really sit on the YouTube and try to talk in a voice like they try to make up their accent to try to sound like they from a certain spot, bro. Tell me that's not the wackest shit you ever heard, bro. They really be sitting there trying to like I had try to steal my tone of voice. Keep in mind, the last video I watched of them, they were not talking the same way. They had a very clearly different voice in the last video before that, right? Then I see their next video, and I swear they literally watched my content, and I really still to this day feel like they heard my voice and tried to steal my voice to use as theirs. Like they tried to use my accent as their accent. I'd have to show you. It's a nigga I've beefed with for years on here named Mill. This white boy, he's a Hoover from LA, allegedly a Hoover. Now, they put him off. He's a Hoover that got put off. He's the put off, yeah. Put off, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, God.
That's that one where his paperwork funny and shit. Like, that ain't really from the set. He not from his section. He not really from his section, you know what I'm saying? I'm really in that's in my section, you know what I'm saying? Just know with me what it is, but you know what I'm saying? I be really from my section. I really exist in my section. You know, some of these created character ass niggas, they not even from that section. Like you got to say that they claim Hoover or something. But it's like no one from Hoover know who you are. Everybody from Willow Street know who I am. Everybody from the Villains know who I am. 5 Lilac know who I am. You know who I am. You know what I'm saying? Like, so when it's like what's the name? Like when it's that's not really from his section, like you know that nigga not from his section. If you really from a section and you watch like people movements and shit, and like you watch their backstory and you take notes of when the shit don't add up that they saying, right? That's what I'm talking about. Like there's a lot of on YouTube who are created, made up players, bro. They are the enthusiastic players. Like these just not really from a section. Like they not really from a section. Like I'm really doing it, really out here, really in my section. You know what I'm saying? Really out here, really in my section. It's a lot on the line here. Gotta really bring it back to basics and like, damn shame that we gotta really expose these who's fraudulent, who's really not from their section. Really in my section. They talking about they from this or that section. They really not from that section. Really in my section. Like I said, there's this one named Milk that's not from his section. He's not from a section, period. That is a civilian. And is a civilian AF. He's not even from a section. He claimed Hoover's, but Hoover's put him off. And they said if you ever use that 7-4 again, it's gonna be a DP. And they said they were gonna give him a death penalty if he ever used that name again. If he ever talk that shit again. Double R. Yeah, it's almost like when they killed Draco the Ruler, right? You know why they killed Draco the Ruler? Because he was talking too much real shit and they couldn't handle it, bro. Like, they got mad and they tried to take their ball and go home. They got mad and quit the game, bro, on Hood. They got mad and quit the game, bro. When they killed Draco, bro, like, you know why that happened? He got stabbed by like 50. You know why that happened? Because he was telling everyone in LA. It didn't matter who. It didn't matter how big their name was, none of that. Yo, no one set the West on flames like Draco did. Nobody, except Tupac. No one's done what Draco the Ruler did in Cali. Take notes. Basically, like, he came home from prison, right? Speaking of which, we out of jail now. We out of jail now. So that means all that, little money shit, all that, listen, double R, you know? It's not for that, bro. Listen, real rich pimp shit, real pimp doctrine. See this motherfucker Milk, bro? This is his name. His name is Milk. He got put off. I swear to God, I see him take one video, bro, and he was talking like he was from Oklahoma. He sounded like he was from Nebraska. You're all hood, bro. That's one of the most common things people say about this. I ain't talking about it forever, so I'm talking about him now. After I came on YouTube, his whole voice changed. And he started trying to make his voice sound like mine intentionally. And so it's coming off very fake and disingenuous. Like, I could tell he was putting it on, and probably so could everybody else. Like, if you notice, when I'm talking, my accent, you can tell it's not like fake shit. Like, this is how I really talk, you know what I'm saying? To who don't do YouTube, this shit probably sound crazy, and I get it. Yeah, no, he tried to steal my swagger. He tried to appropriate my tone of voice. He tried to sound like me, bro. They're not really from that section that they claiming like that. They are not from this section that they claim. They're not Timothy, bro. It's just like that. Just like how I just quit the game right there and took my ball and went home. That's what they trying to do with me, because they not Timothy, bro. They not Timothy. Elon Musk. You know what I'm saying? Elon Musk. Cybertruck. Double R. You know what I'm saying? Range Rover. Oh shit, not what I was trying to do there. Big Range Rover. Like that, huh? Yeah, double R. Remember, Ed Basehead is a white supremacist domestic terrorist. He's in charge of the Nazis we're fighting in Ukraine. He's Nick Fuentes. And what happened in that courtroom with Daniel Penny was an absolute miscarriage of justice and a threat to democracy. Daniel Penny is a neo-Nazi white supremacist. He's with the Nazis that Putin is fighting in the Ukraine. Thanks for tapping in. I'm out this bitch.